Hey everyone, Matt Thomas here. Thanks for watching. So this is a lesson about lexicon, diction, syntax, etc. I should have recorded this when on the same video that I did the figurative language illusion wrap. Not that they're technically two separate projects, if you will, two separate lessons, but I do them together. So this would be day one of the figurative language wrap assignment. And then day two is when I actually introduce the figurative language wrap. Again, they don't go together. That's just the order that I teach them in. I think it works well together, but you could teach them separately if you wanted to. Anyway, so the whole purpose of this lesson is to explain like how ridiculous the English language is. It's to teach lexicon, diction, syntax, it's to teach all of those vocab words, but to talk about our language, right? To have fun with language. And I think as English teachers, our students should have fun with language, right? We should have fun with this stuff. And teaching poetry, that's what poets do. They have fun with the language. And so the whole purpose of this little lesson right here is just to have fun, create dopamine with the students, enjoy the day. They're going to love this one. So anyway, two ways you can start this class. So here's my step-by-step lesson plans. This is a one-day class, and honestly, I'd probably do this so I'd start this on a Monday and then do the illusion wrap figurative language the next day. So you could this is how I do it. I would either so during COVID lockdown, I would do videos, stupid, funny videos to introduce our lessons, kind of like what I would do to begin our class anyway. But I would just do it live versus on a video. But I liked the video that I did so well that I think when we got back, I think I showed that instead of actually just talking to the students. I don't remember honestly, but you could do both. So if you wanted to, you could, watch my video and make your own. Because if you show my video in class, they may go, "Who is this guy?" But if you make your own version, or at least I wanted to show you the video so you can see kind of how I start this. I won't show the video here because that'll take too long. You don't have to, but you can see. You can at least watch the video. It's 2.5 minutes long. It's how I would do videos during our lockdown, and I use my co-star Bob all the time. My students know who that was. But anyway, so you should be able to see the video. It's all about the ridiculousness of our English language. Watch it on your own time, or don't. And I can, you don't have to, but it's kind of the purpose. You'll know the purpose of the lesson if you watch that video. Or I would start class. You could just do this. I would, class would begin and I would go, "Okay, guys, chill, class, chill." I'd say, "You cats are bodacious, but if you don't shut your pie hole, I'm going to have to go aggro on you." And they would be like, "Huh?" And then I would explain, and then I would explain like how I used multiple generations of words in that phrase. And I would have them take the lexicon notes. And I would, it's just vocab, right? Here's different vocabulary things: lexicon, lingo, diction, syntax, colloquialism, jargon, and idiom. So I would use teach those vocab words. Again, the way I do it is I have them write it down. I would say, "Hey guys, write this down." And then I would say, "Lexicon, write it down, please, lexicon." And I would say like, "No, that's not, a cool transfer name for lexicon. It's not that." I would just say lexicon, words or expressions from a group or language. And they would write it down. Then I would go lingo, a special lingo or special language used for a particular activity. And I would give examples, English teachers, right? We're teachers, right? So I'd give examples while they're writing the things down. And then, sorry. Once I did that, I would talk about like, each generation creates their own language. We've done it forever. It's an important part for us to establish ownership over our language, right? It's like an important growth part, right? For teenagers, we all do it. Every generation has done it. And I used to use the example of on fleek. I'd be like, "You know what, you guys, you own the word on fleek, so you might be embarrassed about that one." I always use that, but on fleek is kind of like a previous, like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So each 5 years as teachers, I noticed that I need to update my examples, right? So I'd use on fleek in an example while they're writing the notes, or I might say ratchet. I would talk about ratchet and ask like, "Who knows what ratchet means?" They'd be like, "Oh, it means this." I'm like, "Yeah, that actually came from the word wretched. It's from Louisiana. It's it holds some historical significance. It's from the word wretched," and then we had adapted. So I would talk about how we adapt words and stuff, just to give that example. And then I would make sure, like, I would tell them like, I would say, English is a really screwed up language. And I'd be like, nope, not the first definition of screwed up or the second or the third. And they'd be like, what? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to put in to turn a screw into a wall. I'm not trying to do that. Like I would talk about like how one word screwed up could mean 3 different things, and, talk about how language adapts over time, etc. This is just how I introduce a lesson. Adjust it however you'd like, use your own personality, use your own examples, etc. And then I hand out the 80s word handout. I shouldn't say 80s word. That's what I called it. There's words from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 2000s. So that first part might take 10 minutes, really, to set up. And then what I do is I pass out this handout and I have the students get in partners if they want to. I never force partners on students. There's the whole, if you see my other videos about, the amygdala cycle and forcing people to work together if they don't want to work with a partner, like it's people, there's the whole push on partners and how it's great to use partners. Unless you don't want to have a partner, then it's not good. So it's not supported by neuroscience that you have to force people to use partners. So anyway, just to give you that, oftentimes I'll make partner work optional. They want to work with partners. They don't have to though. So what I do is I have them look at these words and with a partner or on their own, whatever, they write down what they think the word means. Now they have to do it without using slang. So if someone is like, let's say the word, cool, right? They have to try to explain cool without using another slang word like, oh, it means rad. What does rad mean? It means cool. Like, no, you got it. Like, what is it? You can't use another slang. That's the challenging part, especially like awesome. Like, awesome. It's, what does awesome mean? It means cool. Like, no, it doesn't. Actually, technically, awesome means full of awe. You're admiring someone, right? But we used it to mean great, etc. So they have to think of what these words mean. Some they might not know. So like amped, I always say amped. What does amped mean? It means excited. Cool, write that down. What does I mean? It means all right. Okay, good. There's some like that, a lot of the students don't know. You have fun with it. And I'll be honest, every year I tend to go through and delete ones that I just didn't think the students knew that well. And then I add words to it. So you could edit this, and every couple of years you're going to have to update. So like a couple of years ago, I had to put in tea, like pour the tea, like, oh, pour the tea, spill the tea, to mean like gossip, you're going to have to dress that a little bit. And some so there's words like you go girl. I'll be like, oh, what does you go girl means? It means like leave. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's like inspiration. Like you go girl, you do it. So sometimes you have to, kind of catch up on your slang as well. Like in your face, like I told you so. So the students, they know most of these really, really well. And a lot of them they hear from their parents and stuff. And so that honestly, once that takes 15 minutes because some students won't know, so they just kind of go quickly. And then, example, like word, like I agree, like some things you may have to actually think about. What does word mean? Word, like it means I agree. And then, so I have them fill this out and then we go over it. That takes 5 minutes. So I'm just like, all right, guys, yell it out. What does bling mean? Oh, it means, jewelry and flashy, stuff. Yeah. What does bomb diggity mean? Oh, it means someone's really, attractive or great, that kind of stuff. So damn Skippy. Oh, it means for sure. So, you might have to brush up on some of your slang as well. Finally, okay. Now I'm going to be honest with you. That usually takes the period. So if you are doing this on a day, like if I were doing this on, say, like a PLC day, I usually start this on Monday. Do it on a Monday. If you need more time, then I've put these questions in. But I'll be honest, I don't usually get to the questions. And if I were to get to any question, it would be number 5. So 5, I think, is the most valuable and purposeful. The rest are kind of like, all right, we've got like 7 minutes left. So I'm looking at as my teacher mind. I'm looking at the clock and I'm going, we got like 7 minutes left and they're almost done. Or we just went over, like I've got 10 minutes left. It'll take me 3 minutes to go over the answers. I'm going to have them answer questions 1 and 2. Or honestly, 5 is the one that I use the most of. So 5 is kind of the important one. I like that a lot. Anyway, so there it is. It's a fun way to introduce what we do the next day, which is the figurative language. So have fun with this. Thanks for watching.